Hey YouTube, it's Cape Cod Kuda. I got a 2001 Yamaha VSTAR 1100 Classic. I just picked this up the other day, and I got it off Craigslist, and I thought I was getting a really good deal, a low mileage bike, and the guy had said that he couldn't ride the bike anymore. The bike sat for about 2 years, and when I went and looked at the bike, he said he had shoulder surgery on his rotary cup, and he went back in and had a couple more surgeries, and he went and had his other arm worked on, and he no longer could ride the bike. The bike wouldn't start. The battery was really low. He had put the battery on a charger, and the bike wouldn't start. He was saying maybe the carburetors had to be cleaned out. You could hear the starter turning, but it wasn't cranking over the motor, and I wasn't too familiar with the motorcycle to know some of the faults of it. Well, after I got the bike and I brought it home, I pulled the starter off and the starter worked. I discovered that the bike has a fault in it, that the gears on the starter, it's called a starter clutch, is a factory fault in the bike. So I'm gonna have to buy a starter clutch replacement kit and put it on this bike. The videos I've seen on Craigslist, on eBay, say that this cost about over $1,000 if you bring it to a dealership to have them do it, because the side covers got to come off on both sides. You got to take the starter out, which I already did. Take the starter out, check the starter. My starter works, so it's not the starter's fault. All you can do is hear the starter spinning. You don't hear you don't hear like appendix going out and trying to grab to start on the flywheel. So you got to take this side cover off, the stator covers. You got to take that off, and take the flywheel out. Take all the starter clutch assembly out. Replace it with the new stuff, and put it all back together. Now, I've watched a couple of videos on it. I'm going to have to watch some more videos on it before I attempt it, because some of the videos I was watching on the timing, they were taking these plugs out, bringing this up to top dead center on the gear, on the flywheel. There was a T on here that said it was on top dead center. They were turning it right here with a 22mm socket, but they also took a cover off right here to align the cam to that top dead center to make sure these were in sync. Well, I don't have a cover right here. They took off a cover here, and then like some of them had a cover right here to get to it. So I don't have that cover, so I'm gonna have to watch some more videos on it to see how I'm gonna line this all up, because I could be possibly 180 out, so I got to figure that out. You got to take off. This is a very popular repair for these bikes. You got to take these footboards off. All these forward controls got to come off. This kickstand's got to come off. Like I said, this side cover, I already got the starter out. I'm gonna flush the tank. The tank has a bad smell of gas in it, steel gas. So I have to take the tank, either take the tank up or take the tank right off the bike. Probably just take it off so I don't damage it, and clean out the carburetors. I'll take the carburetors off and clean them. So I'm just going to kind of go throughout the whole bike. And I was going to do that kind of, I guess anyway, since the bike had been sitting for a while, supposedly 2 years. It had a 2014 plate on it when I looked at it. But like I said, He said he was running and driving the bike and, you know, going down the river and just nice scenic rides and stuff, and he told me he picked the bike up from down the Keys and rode it back home and all this other stuff, that it was his father's bike. His father was the original owner of the motorcycle, and he rode it back from the Keys when he was given the bike. And I don't know, when I got it home I found out that the starter wasn't engaging, and so the discovery afterwards, I'll fix the bike. It's a couple $100. The kit goes for around $300 from Yamaha, and the starter clutch kit for about $300. You can get it a little cheaper, and you can buy an aftermarket kit for like $95 off of eBay. So it's, I mean, it's not a lot of money. It's just, you know, a lot of time. There might be some specialty tools. Some of the videos I watched, guys had to make their own tools to do this job. So I might have to make some kind of specialty tools to try to figure out how to do things to make it work for me, because I can't see me putting it in a shop. I already talked to one shop and they want $75 an hour. So it came with the bitch seat, it came with the saddlebags. He had pictures of it all on there and he took it all off. It came with these aftermarket, he called them beach bars. So he didn't have it in this box. I put this stuff in the box. He just had it loosely in his garage under a workbench. But this is the stuff for all the hardware for the bags, the saddlebags. And these are the dog bones. He put a lowering kit on it. That's why it looks so low. He put a lowering kit under the back end. And he gave me the original dog bones. It came with the tank guard, the tank bag. There was a joint inside the bag when I opened it up. Came with this bag. It came with the bike cover, a nice bike cover, really thick. I just took it off. I picked the bike up yesterday, so I put the bike cover on it last night. And I took these side covers off because I had to get to the battery. One side is plastic, the other side's metal. This bike has metal fenders on it. This is for the saddlebags. Again, I put all the stuff in the box when I got it home. I took off the air box. These are the bolts and Allen keys that I used for, air cleaner cover, and I took the starter out. Starter's really nice. And worked really good, so there's no problem with the starter. And the starter just spins. It doesn't shoot out. It doesn't fly out. That Bendix doesn't move. All it does is spin, and it grabs a gear, that clutch gear, that clutch, starter clutch, and the starter clutch grabs the flywheel and makes the bike start. So when I do it too, when I take this off, if it spins one way and it doesn't spin the other way, then it's working. But if it spins both ways, then it's staying engaged and it's not disengaging, and that's a problem. And again, the new setup, they take the spring out. There's a spring on that starter clutch, and they remove that. And I don't know what else. Still get good tires on it. The bike got 6,000 miles. That's why I was interested in it. I had another guy wanting to sell me one with 15,000 miles on it. It was blue with the gray in the middle, and I went online and started looking at some of the other ones, and I found this one's 6,000 miles, and like I said, the guy just said he hadn't drove it in 2 years, so that it just needed to kind of be refreshed so it'd be on the road. So I took his word for that and grabbed it and brought it home. And like I said, he had a low battery. It wasn't really, you know, he said the battery had, you know, wasn't charged right or whatever like that, and that he tried to charge the battery, and all you could hear is the starter spinning. And I thought that there wasn't enough juice to start the bike, so I bought the bike and brought it home and pulled the starter off, thinking maybe the starter was the problem, because I had put a quick charge to it and try to start the bike, and it wouldn't crank over. Then I tried to push the bike and get it to pop the clutch, and it still wouldn't start over. So then I turned around and I pulled the starter and checked the starter. The starter works fine. I looked in and looked at the flywheel teeth. The flywheel teeth looked good inside the hole. So I started watching more videos on it, why the bike wasn't starting, what was going on, and I see that this is a common problem, so I suspect that's what I have to do now. I like the color combination. When I looked up, Googled them, I didn't see a lot of these color combinations, and I think it's a really pretty bike. Again, I got the side covers off. I got when I picked it up, he didn't have the bitch seat on the back, but the bitch seat and the saddlebags look really nice, and it's a really nice, it's a nice bike. Just needs some work, needs some love, and once I just fix that, I think I'll be really happy with the bike, and I'm sure it'll be I'll get many years of enjoyment out of it. This is my buddy Shadow, and I never had a riding partner really when I owned my motorcycles to go riding around and stuff. I never experienced that, going on trips and stuff with somebody else. So my buddy's Honda Shadow Saber, I believe this is 1100 also, and he's got the Cobra exhaust on this one. I like his mag wheels. This is a taller bike. You see mine's real short, and now I even got the shorter 2-inch drop on it. And he pointed out my wheels are smaller than his, which even makes the bike sit even shorter. And he really likes my bike a lot. Another thing I noticed too is I get the single mono shock underneath the seat, which makes it easier to do that drop on the swing arm, where he has these dual struts in the back, dual shocks in the back, and I see his, you can kind of turn him to drop it in the back. He's a short guy, he's like 5'3" or something like that, so he's on his tippy toes on this motorcycle with his wife, and so he was really liking the shortness of my motorcycle. He liked also that how wide my tank is. You see how wide that is, and he liked the wider seat. He's more of a heavy-set man compared to what he's got. He's got an aftermarket seat on this. This is a nice bike too. He's got the forward controls. He wishes he had the platforms. This is for, the guy told me this was a Vance & Hines exhaust. I think it's stock. So, Cape Cod Cuda signing out. Thanks for watching. This is my new 2001 Yamaha VSTAR 1100 Classic.